Hola, 'tis I, Alicia. How are you? A few of you have asked me to look into Dylan Rounds. He's been missing since late May. I'm recording this June 30th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I was just going to go find an article to get me the basics of what's going on here, and I found that there's an article. It was released, I think, an hour or two ago, before I am recording this now. It says there's a neighbor who lived near Dylan. He's charged in federal court with a weapons crime. So I guess that's interesting. It's his neighbor charged with this crime. So let me read you the article. This is on KUTV.com. And it says, federal prosecutors have filed charges against a neighbor of missing 19-year-old Dylan Rounds. Rounds vanished from his farm in Box Elder County in late May, and search for answers about what happened to him has received international attention. According to the complaint filed Wednesday in the U.S. District Court in Salt Lake City, Rounds' neighbor, 59-year-old James Brenner, faces one count of being a felon in possession of a firearm. The FBI affidavit in the complaint... The FBI affidavit in the complaint reveals new details about Rounds' disappearance. Rounds was living on a farm near the town of Lucin, Utah. His family reported him missing on May 30th after he told them by phone that he was putting the grain in a truck in a shelter. According to the complaint, the shelter for the grain truck was on a parcel of land where Brenner was squatting in a trailer. Brenner and Rounds knew each other and were family friends, the complaint states. On June 16, the FBI executed a search warrant at Brenner's trailer and located ammunition, ignition caps, black powder associated with muzzleloader firearms. On June 20th, the FBI interviewed a friend of Brenner who told them about Rounds disappeared. Brenner brought over 3 black powder firearms and said he wanted a friend to keep them. When the friend asked why, Brenner stated that he needed to do this for his own safety, and the last time he had been in trouble with the law, they took everything from him, and he did not want things he had left to be taken again, Special Agent wrote in the complaint. The Box Elder County Sheriff's Office has since seized 3 of Brenner's muzzle-loaded rifles. On June 21st, the FBI served another search warrant trailer where Brenner was staying. That search turned up another muzzle-loader, ammunition, and 4 pounds of black powder. Brenner has a prior felony firearm conviction in 2012 and other felony crimes. The complaint does not make any mention that Brenner is a person of interest or suspect in Rounds' disappearance. Okay, so there's that article, and then I did watch Linda from It's a Crime. That was, I don't know, I think she did 2 videos, and she had mentioned something, how he was always in contact with his family, and he was doing this farm. That was his dream, right? It's something he's like determined to do. He is seeing success, and when his parents went out there, they found his truck was locked, and it's never locked, and it was power washed. It was like just teleported to the spot it was, which was weird. And then they found his shoes on the other side of some mound on the property. So it's not looking good for whatever's happened to Dylan. So let's see if we can look into this and figure out if we can get any other information about what has happened to Dylan. Okay. This is the perpetrator side. This is Dylan's side. Okay. I'm going to continue pulling my cards here. We'll get to these in a moment. Get that there. Alright. Starting here. This is the perp. This is whoever is responsible. So you know how it said in that report we just read about how this guy, the one that got arrested for having all his black powder and stuff, and he handed it to a friend. I don't know that the friend knows, but somebody knows. He's shared information with somebody else, or somebody else helped him to cover this up. So there's at least 2 people that know about this. And I'm wondering, it's like, it seems like there's something here, like, obviously, this guy who did this, I'm saying it's a guy. Yeah, it's definitely a guy. The guy who did this, whatever he did, I'm not sure. This is like someone who just they don't think things through. They're very short-sighted. It's almost like you did this to me, so I do this to you. It's a very immature person. Not saying that that's their age, but their mental maturity, very immature. It's kind of like, you did this to me, so I'm do this to you. Don't think of the consequences. Just how I roll. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but it's like a revenge. I'm getting back at you. It's money's involved. Like they're poor. Like they're always struggling. I guess a squatter would be always struggling. Might be by choice, don't know. Some squatters like to struggle. Hard to believe, but yes. Okay. So, this is interesting. This is what is the motive. It's the Fool card. That's new beginnings. I'm going on a... This is... I'm starting over. Look, you see the dude, he's got his little stick in his knapsack, and he's doesn't think before he leaps, essentially. So whoever this is, it's not the brightest bulb out there, right? Yeah, this is a person who, like, they rely on themselves. Self-sufficient. It's a self-sufficient type person. Not saying that they're Elon Musk of the world, but they're self-sufficient, and it looks like they were some type of game. Like they looked at Dylan, like Dylan was like, in their eyes, up here, way up here, and they're like down here, and they look at him as like, this feels like this is revenge, and this feels like, I think they stole from him. But it's like this, I don't know if this person, the perp is like a person who indulges in substances, or they are just always out of balance. They don't think right. They don't think logically. They don't see shit down the road, consequences of actions. It's almost too, it's like this person, it's like, I'd see him like in a bar, and somebody just makes some comment, some joke, something, and it's not meant to be hurtful. It's a joke, but this person takes it wrong if they're in the certain mood. They take it wrong, and this would be the person who, like, remember that scene in Goodfellas where they, like, when Spider says something, and I think it's Pesci's, like, gets up and he, pooh, that kind of, like, unhinged, like, that's that type of, like, deranged. Okay. So, this is, for Dylan's side. So, the world is in reverse. Unfinished business. I would say that would lead me to believe I don't think he's with us anymore. I'm sorry. He's not on the property. It's almost like whatever he was, like, in the middle of. He was, like, in the middle of doing something, and ripped out of that, like taken away from what he was doing. Yeah. This is it's interesting. Six of Cups, nostalgia, remembering old times. I wonder if he was kidnapped. And then we have the heartbreak, loss, Three of Swords. Okay, so with that, this is like these cards here about how can law enforcement find perpetrator. If I wouldn't be surprised the guy they already have in custody might be who they're looking for, but I'm not for sure. I'm not saying that, but whoever it is, they've already been arrested, so they already have a file. So go look in the area maybe and see who already has a file, who's already been arrested, who's already been in trouble. There's a witness here, like we saw here, the Three of Pentacles working together. There's somebody here that knows more, that isn't saying shit, because I don't think they want to get involved in this. Whoever's responsible might claim that once they're picked up, that this is like insanity. I don't remember it. I was under the influence. Not my fault. Not my fault. I think that the law enforcement's already talked to them, but maybe they didn't suspect them at first. But this is all about like just making a list, checking it twice, looking through likely suspects in town, going back through it. They already have this guy in their system. They already know this one. It's not just a random person who just showed up out of nowhere. He's known to law enforcement. Okay. He is known to law enforcement. Let's see what we can get here. Is there a beach in Utah somewhere I don't know about? That's weird. It's weird. Again, there's beach underwater. Maybe there's a lake? I don't know. I know there's like, it looks like this is conflicting information, but what I'm getting is that perhaps there was as gentle as I can say it, there was things done to him before his passing. Like, it feels like the last part of this is like quick, like putting them out of their misery, that kind of thing here. There's that nutty, the problems in their heads. Okay. We got a male and a female here. Let's see, what else do we got? We got a hotel, motel. We've got a tunnel, beach, underwater. I think there was multiple things done to poor Dylan. This feels like demented people. the main guy here did this, right? Main guy here has obviously issues here. Main guy probably has issues with this as well. Remember when I said earlier, like somebody who likes to partake, but they're also not there. I think there's some delusions about this. I'm not even sure this guy was like in his right mind. Because it's almost like when you look at these all together, right? It's multiple things, right? It's an accident. No, it's natural causes. Oh, no, it's I'm taking you off on purpose. You're alive. Let's pull out some tokens. Okay. Interesting thing here. There's a female, she's going to be giving information. So some female related to, I believe, perpetrator here, she has information to give. So I don't know if that's a friend, someone in town, something. She has something to give. Looking here at the male, these are interesting. Destruction here with the bomb. So this is just a person who doesn't give a shit. They live a destructive life. Bird in hand. That's weird. Why would you have that token on this guy? Bird in hand. So this says in the book, it says, appreciate what you have, gratitude. Maybe he should have. And then we have sad, emotional, depression, rainy day. That goes with all this shit here. So, sad sack type of guy. Medicating himself. Emotional. And a time bomb. A ticking time bomb. And not... It's almost like a angel and a devil on the shoulders kind of thing. Okay. For the alive card, we have open book, person who's easy to read, research, study. We have the alarm clock, revelations, and we have the gingerbread cookie, childlike wonder, innocent, sweet, sacred folk. I think I would say perhaps Dylan was kidnapped. And that would remind me of when we saw the Six of Cups here. Being kidnapped and thinking back of his old times. Okay. Natural causes. What is this about? We have the frog prince. Don't be fooled by appearances. Diamonds in the rough. That's okay. So it's saying this is false. So maybe this is him trying to pass it off. Like, oh, it wasn't. I didn't have anything to do with this. There's a lot of gossip and rumors about this. And then we have the heart lock. Obstacles, roadblocks. What? Yeah, obstacles or roadblocks. Alright, so on accident we have the ship wheel, turn of fate. That's what we kind of saw with the world card, right? It's kind of like Wheel of Fortune to me, in a way, in terms of things turned the wrong way here. Interesting. Acorn. Perseverance towards a mighty goal. growing into stability. And then we have the 78. Let's see, that's a car doing what? Moving fast. Car issues. Travel. Perseverance towards a mighty... Okay, so that would... Okay, so this... Again, I think he was taken away somewhere else. He was driven there. Probably by perpetrator. Driven there. Perpetrator was set on getting his way. Things happened. Twist of fate. So twist of fate. Alright, so what is this about? Alright, 97. Listen more closely. Okay, again, that goes back to he's told people no. Female, and then I think some... Might be two people that know, but female. 101 is Saturn. Delays, working methodically, or karma. This is working methodically. This is like, this didn't... I think he almost wanted to scare the shit out of Dylan. Almost like intimidate him into something. Things didn't go right. Like, I'm going to kidnap him, I'm going to take him in the car, and this is what I'm going to do. It's almost like, I think he's going to, like, claim that he's not responsible for this. Like, try and play himself off of, like, oh, shit got out of control, or like, oh, I didn't have all my faculties. Anyway, I don't know what anybody's sign is in this, but in case somebody knows and they want to go look it up, it's for the fire signs. Was that 117? Yeah, I never can remember these. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. I don't know whose signs those are. Let's look here. If we can see what these locations have to do with finding Dylan. There's a timeline issue. Okay. I have not taken that one because flipped around. Alright, timeline issues. There's travel. What's a 67? Weightlifter? Strength. Power. Overpowering. Timeline issues. And the 25 is talking about the teapot. Friendship or confiding in a loved one. Comfort and joy. This might have to be, there's a timeline issue, confiding in a loved one, talking to someone, like Dylan talking to someone in his family, friends, something like that. There's an issue with this, like, from then to when he went missing or something, because then he traveled, and so it has been hard to pinpoint when he traveled, but again, it's like this, he got overpowered. That's why I think he was like kidnapped or something, taken somewhere else. Alright. See what any of these have to do. Let's look here. That's his card. That's his card. That's a perpetrator's card. There's a struggle. It's almost like I was asking about what do these cards help? How do they get us to where Dylan is, right? And there's something here with water. I don't know about a beach because I don't know of any beaches. I mean, I guess it could be a lake, but in Utah, I don't know. I mean, oh, there's the Salt Lake, but I don't know. Hidden. There's a tunnel. There's this motel. There's this fire, right? So I'm asking the cards about that. What am I getting? I'm getting more of the story, what's going on. So, perpetrator had a belief about what he thought was right, what he thought was fair, what he believed was to be right. He was weighing his options on how he was. I don't know why he's setting his sights on Dylan. That'd have to be another question. But perpetrators, he has this belief, and he's weighing his options on how he's going to get what he wants, and this magician energy is like coming to me like shady shit, like pulling out tricks, being tricky, being shady. And then here he is. He's like, well, if I have to fucking fight him, I'll fight him. And it's a fight, like fight. Two fighting here. It's over money. Because he's feeling poor, or he's feeling left out in the cold. He didn't get his due. He's owed some type of money. Wow. That card, again, that was on Dylan's side. That's what I got for old times. Thinking back about memories and stuff. This guy, the perpetrator boy, Five of Swords, he was just going to be like, hey man, this is how we do it. This is how I roll. That's how we settle business. It's just how it is. It's like he wanted what he wanted, and if he wasn't going to get it, he was just going to do what he wanted to do. Okay, so then we have, this is at the home. This looks like he gets Dylan at his farm, or yeah, his farm, his home. I assume he lives at his farm. He gets him at the home, and he's trying to come to him like, hey man, here's what I think's fair. But he's unhinged, because Queen of Cups upside down turns into this like nut job. Like, one minute you think they're like a great person, the next minute it's a total loon. Something happened from kidnapping to what I think is Dylan's passing. Something happened there, like and then he justifies it in his mind, like, well, like there's no responsibility. It's like, well, that's what had to happen. That's what had to happen. And you know what? Better me than him. This is a psycho. Straight up psycho. Better me than him. Know what I'm saying? He's a cocky asshole. He's not very bright, but he's a cocky little asshole. Okay. They left the house because he wanted to get money. He wasn't getting his money. So it's like he took Dylan, and so nobody knew. Like, this wasn't like this. I would say this wasn't like the plan changed once perpetrator guy got there. So whoever perpetrator guy is, this was like spur of the moment. Nobody knew about this. This was like people found out after. Whatever happened, then he moves Dylan. Okay. And it's a secret, of course. Yeah. Keeping his mouth shut. Two secret cards next to each other. Here's our meeting. Here's our leaving again. We're leaving. It's about money. I don't know if he thought that, like, Dylan had, like, a safe on the property that was filled with money, or that, I don't know, like, somehow he just thinks, like, Dylan has all this wealth somewhere that he wants. Yeah, and he wants to fight him. It's almost like sometimes when you see the Knight of Swords, it's like, I'm going to defend myself, like, my good honor, right? And who I am, whatever. But, like, so whoever the perp is, they think that they're better than they are. Like, they'll tell themselves stories. They'll tell themselves stories. They're better than they are. They're delusional. So it's like, yeah, we have to have a conversation. We have to go somewhere. We need to talk. I gotta get this off my chest. Oh, I'm feeling like I don't have any stuff. You know, I want to be fair with you too, man. And then... Okay, so whatever happened here, he's delusional about it. He's spinning stories. Perpetrator meted out justice that was not warranted, obviously. He took him somewhere. He's getting out of rough waters. He thinks... I think he thinks... Sneaky snacker. I think he thinks he's hidden him so well. I think he might confess. Or somebody else, that female, whoever, the other people that know about this, they might tell. But I think he thinks I am the, what you called? I can't think of it, but thinking that he's the be-all, end-all, he's the one, like, he thinks he's God, but that's not the executioner, judge, and jury, however that is. And he thinks he's gotten away with it. So he totally thinks he's gotten away with it. And like, it feels like a mercy thing. I think that's, like, I don't know, I think there was a fight, and he might want to say, like, oh, kind of like what came out in the Brian Laundrie notebook, how he was spinning tales about how Gabby was so cold and, like, hypothermic almost, and, he took her out of her misery. I think this guy's gonna think that that's what he did. I think there's something to this, too. It's like he carried him. This I don't think applies to Dylan. This feels more like outside, sitting by a campfire or some shit. I don't know if this is plotting. But let's just, since this kind of just told me more of the story than it did tell me about where to find him, let's see what we can... Let's look first at this underwater beach. Okay, so this is almost, this is weird. don't know why this keeps coming up. It's almost like there was an offer made to the perpetrator that he didn't feel was fair. He didn't like this offer. I don't know what that has to do with. It feels more like what happened to Dylan. Page of Cups. It's like he's worried about. He's worried about what he did because he's an emotionally immature person. The perp. He made the wrong choice. Horrible decision. He's gonna, maybe self-defense. My back's up against the wall. It feels like there's gonna be multiple stories, like whatever, whatever. If he gets to that point where he's caught and he confesses, it's gonna be like whatever story he can come up with, like 12 versions of the story. So nothing can be trusted. And he's working on what he wants to say, what his story is. Okay, I'm keep getting the same things here, so let me go back to the tokens and see what we can find out about Underwater Beach. Nope. Okay. Nope. This is not where Dylan is. This is where, like, he's hidden money that he got from Dylan or something in his, like, gosh, I don't even get it, like a safe, but maybe it's underground or something. Like I get it not as a tunnel, I'm sorry. I get this more like a safe. I'm seeing a safe with this. Like, this is like he's put the money in a safe. Like, it's very close to him. Like a hidden safe. This feels like where he has Dylan's property. That's in a safe. Like, I can see, like, a guy, like, listening with, you know how, like, old days when people would break into safes and click, 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 and they'd hear the sounds or whatever. He's got some of Dylan's property. Okay. Just want to put that out there. Hiding. Sunglasses. Hidden. Hiding. Sunglasses. Hidden in plain sight? I don't know. Hiding. Hidden. Sunglasses is a disguise. Hiding. He's hidden. Don't be fooled by appearances. So that almost tell me, like, where you, least likely place you think. Look again. Look twice. And then we have the dramatic mask. Someone's wearing a mask. Dramatic behavior. But this could also be, when you wear a mask, you're hiding your face. This is hiding, hidden. So it's almost like he's hidden, so look twice. Even if it's like, it seems like that's not where he may be, look twice. Alright, when we get to Underwater in the Beach. Incoming message. Interesting. Autumn. Shedding of old. We have the bomb again. Destruction and liberation. Unforeseen change. Tower moment. Clarity. Look closer at the beach. And then, of course, there's a seahorse here. The seahorse is always weird. Strength. Power. Also can be luck. And then we have the clipboard. It's like checking your Goals, organized, goal-oriented. There's something here. I don't know what this is, but it's almost like it secrets would be like, I would expect if Dylan's not found by autumn, something's revealed, and there's something related to water, underwater, some type of beach thing, something. We have the spider web. Feeling trapped. Okay, this is not this is like, I think after whatever happened to Dylan, this is Perp Boy going here and trying to figure out what he's going to do. It's interesting. It has a dinosaur here, which is old, outdated. An old, outdated hotel motel, and I think that's where he was going to figure out what the hell he was going to do. Then the nuclear science symbol says scientific and materially minded. So I think he was planning on what he wanted to do next. Okay. Then we have 83. Something is left unfinished. The distracted book, because the book is put down, cover up, like they were reading something. Distracted with the fire. There's that acorn for strength. 85 is either celebrating, looking from a higher perspective, or rising above. And 3, perseverance towards a growing goal. Okay. Perpetrator boy goes to an old hotel. He's trying to figure out what to do. There's some type of fire here, and I think this was a part of a plan he had, but he abandoned this idea. So I don't know if some things of Dylan's were burned and then he abandoned that idea. Like, this is not going to work or whatever. Dylan's definitely hidden, and it looks like something related to water. And that's why it doesn't make any sense, because it's Utah. But there's a Salt Lake. But I don't know. Is there other bodies of water? I don't know that area. But then I'm saying here, this tunnel, I don't think this tunnel is actually a tunnel necessarily, but it's hidden. I think he has taken money, valuables, whatever, from Dylan. It's there. What was 95 again? The cup of coffee, because I was just picturing him taking let's take a break. I was picturing Perp Boy. It's weird, like cowboy boots crossed on top of a safe, having a cup of coffee. Like it's hidden in plain sight. Like something. Maybe this is part of it. Dylan's property's hidden in plain sight in like this safe thing here. In this, let's do one more round, see if the cards want to talk about this underwater beach thing. I think he's underwater. I think he dumped him in water. That's what it feels like. I don't know. It seems so unlikely. So I'm just saying that. At the same time, I've done readings where I've seen things and I don't know what they are, and then you guys tell me that, oh, that was something. Okay, so just saying that. Okay, so this 10 of Cups is not here for like, yay. You got the devil with it, so yay for perpetrator accomplishing his eventual goal, where it's like, if I'm not getting what I want, and what right? This is like, what he did in haste. So I think that's why we saw the fire and he got distracted. Like, he's doing something that, like, it was not premeditated. It's not thought through. This is like, he's trying this thing, but then like, this is harder than I thought. Doing this. And with the 6 of coins with the Ace of Cups, that's why I'm saying I think maybe that's where this water, he put him in water. God, horrible. It's almost like he couldn't make a decision, like, because it wasn't thought out. He couldn't make a decision, but it's like, well, this seems like, okay, fine, into the water. But he made the perp guy did the final decision. Oh, God, it's horrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, I don't... Alright, let's see what's going to happen next here. Or what else can we know? I think we might get a confession or something here. Or he's caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they just arrested him for illegally having something, but I think we might get like to some type of not a total confession. This feels like this guy, put a fork in him, he's done. But this energy with him is almost like holding on like a godfather. Like, I'm holding on to little pieces of energy or information because it's like, that's my power, trying to get a better deal. We have the Justice and the 2 of Cups. Like, I'm going to make a deal. I'm going to think, because, like, yes, the shit's weighing on me, but I don't want to, like, admit all the shit that I could. I think he's going to say it's an accidental death, where it's like, well, we got into a fight and, you know, shit happens and he passed. But it looks like there's something here. I think the perp is going to confess here, but he wants to hold on to information. He doesn't want to let it loose. He's looking to further his own... He's still all about himself. He's not... I've already said it 1,000 times. Anyway. With that, thank you for watching. If you know anything about where Dylan Rounds is, or who did this, or if you're that female, or whatever the case is, contact the authorities, do the right thing, and send prayers out to Dylan's family. Dylan had a whole life ahead of him. He's a young guy, and he was like making his dreams come true, and did not deserve this. So with that, say some prayers for his family, for Dylan, that they can bring him home, and with that, I'll see you next time. Adios.